Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 8, and I'm sorry if this leaves you feeling shortchanged, but instead of getting Watford and Bournemouth, you're going to get matches against Huddersfield and Derby. But oh yeah, if we win both, we're champions. I hope that makes up for it. There from the one and only game we've played off camera against Preston North End, and my goodness, what a result that was. 5-0 against the Preston side, who themselves are doing pretty well in the league. They are 9th and chasing an now unlikely playoff position, but still chasing it nonetheless. We played very well indeed with Carlos Elena, pretty much the architect of everything. It's such a shame that he is so unhappy with playing in the Mazzala role, because he's really blooming good at it. Some of the goals you saw there were just so well taken, and as a result of which I suspect I'm going to struggle to get him back in next season. But he has played a key role. That's what I brought him in to do. And if that means he leaves the club with a championship winner's medal tucked under his arm, then he's done the job that I wanted him to do. So we're going to move on to the big matches themselves. Let's get this championship wrapped up. We're playing a team that is now very familiar. We've got in goal Tim Krul, at right back Max Aarons, at left back Baba Rahman, in central defence Gibson and Zimmerman, who have formed each very effective partnerships with other players in the team. Skip and Elena are the two central midfielders, and they themselves are an effective partnership. And then you have Buendia, who works very well with Max Aarons, Cantwell, who works very well with Baba Rahman, and Kieran Dowell, who works exceptionally well with Timu Pukki up front. Pukki has had a rest since he last came in, and although I'm going to play him this game, he is somebody who I may have to bring off at some point in favour of Adamida. So let's hope he has already done the business by the time that needs to take place. I'm going to go positive as well, because why not? Let's get straight into this game then, shall we? So here we go. We are starting the game. We've got a corner kick now with Dowell, with Zimmerman heading it into the far corner, and it's 1-0 to Norwich. 13 goals Christoph Zimmerman has scored this season. He has done very well for us from set pieces. Something I'm going to be looking to take into the Premier League with us if, as is seeming likely, we do actually get there. That was a very concerning bit of news there. It seems Buendia is injured and feels he can shake off the knock. I'm not going to take that risk, because at the end of the day, I don't really need to. Let's get that changed out. Oh, hold on. And Josh Murphy has been sent off. Bye-bye, Josh. Huddersfield are now down to 10 men, and we're going to try to push. And Vilka now on the ball. He sprints into the box and shoots it straight at the keeper. That's a shame. Now got a corner. Dowell to Pukki at the far post. He just taps it in for his 32nd of the season. That just magically missed 30 goals there for a second. 2-0 up already. Huddersfield down to 10. It's looking pretty good for us. I'm looking as well for the other teams around us, and it doesn't look like they are either playing or doing anything at all at the moment. We'll see. But Huddersfield now playing the ball between themselves, and another ex-Norwich player in Alex Pritchard there just on the ball, punting it forward hopelessly to us, with Baba Rahman now coming on the counter-attack. In fact, Pritchard takes the ball from him, and again another hopeless ball forwards from him. It's all looking a bit good so far, isn't it? Vilka now on the ball, he shoots, and that is magnificently wild. Only one team in it, no shots at all for Huddersfield at the moment. I'm going to tell them to not be complacent. That has not helped Todd Cantwell, who's now looking complacent, and Teemu Pukki, who seems demotivated. So we're going to pick on Teemu Pukki in particular, tell him I'm very happy that has made him motivated, and I'm going to tell Todd Cantwell, playing lazily out there, he has been demotivated himself. I'm not too bothered about that. He's not playing very well, so he does need a bit of a kick. Hopefully that will be the kick he needs. I'm going to pick him out. He's unmotivated at the minute. I'm going to fire him up. He's now just complacent. So I think I'm going to take off Todd Cantwell. Bring on Pochetta. Looking around, I think we need to just preserve conditions at the moment. So let's start with, it would be helpful if we had conditions on this screen over here. I appreciate I'm pointing at the screen, you can't actually see that. I mean, it would be helpful to have it over here, so it could be seen at a glance against this. I wonder if, no. Ah, there we go. That's quite helpful. Well, that's an even better screen than that one. Okay, I like that. That's good. I think we're going to, therefore, looking at this, we need to really be careful of Rahman, Skip and Elena. So we've got 3 substitutions we can still make. So Quintia is going to come on, Rupp is going to come on, and Sorensen is going to come on. So I'm looking... Oh, Roger Vilka there. He has scored from the corner, and as a result of which I think has given us quite likely the title, because if you look at the scores over here, you can see Watford are 1-0 down against Middlesbrough and Bournemouth are 2-0 up. So it looks likely we'll possibly get confirmation of promotion, but not yet the title. I'm going to praise everybody. No, I'm not. The game is over. And there we have it. A 3-0 victory, resulting in us being promoted to the Premier League. There is the Team Talk article on screen now. But confirmation that we still have that one final hurdle yet to take, and that will be to win the title. So there we have it, a confirmation looking at that league table. 101 points after 40 games. It's a monumental effort. It is perhaps indicative that maybe this game is a little bit too easy if you play with certain teams, and I'm certainly looking towards the Premier League next season being a bit more of a difficult challenge than perhaps this championship season has been for us. But you see, 101 points, 86 for Bournemouth in second place, meaning we're 25 points clear of them, and then 79 points for Watford, meaning we are a grand total of what, 33 points clear? 33 points clear. So I think a win against Derby should give us the title and mean that the next games are absolutely irrelevant. So we're going to play the Derby match. Let's give it a go. So no changes to the team that beat Huddersfield Town. We are playing exactly the same side, given that they played so well previously. I do have some concerns about Teemu Pukki, who is a player who needed a bit of a rest according to my staff, but I have persisted with him for the time being, and I hope that he will be able to come through, because Adamida, although he has certain abilities, he's not a Teemu Pukki. So let's get straight into the game. I remember in my Manchester City game bigging up the opportunity to win the league when we had that opportunity last time in the Team Talk, and it going completely against me. We fell flat against, I think, Fulham and really didn't do very well. So I'm not going to highlight the fact that we could win the league by winning this game. I'm going to tell them that it's a great opportunity to show the pundits that they are right, and I'm going to tell them I have faith in them whilst doing my finger pointing thing as well. That seems to have done the job mostly. And we're getting straight into the match. Derby have the very first shot and the first shot on target as well, so they are the fastest starters in this match, and they have the first highlight too, a very simple free kick routine which goes over to Clark but is disallowed for being offside. Thank goodness for that. I did think it was a bit too easy for them. Seems the occasion has overawed the team just a little bit. We're not seeing too much by way of a good performance so far. Now it's half time, the opportunity to give them a bit of a rocket. We'll tell them I'm far from pleased and get straight into the second half. So I'm going to do some substitutions, I think. Velka's coming on for Emi Buendia, who's had a very poor match at 6.2. Todd's injured, I didn't know that, so we'll get him off. For Placheta. And we have a Derby County highlight. Looks like a free kick. Tom Lawrence passing it to Rooney. Rooney with a back heel back, but Krull makes a simple save there, and that's the end of the highlight. A 0-0 draw against Derby County. Well, we're going to take it because it's not the worst result that could have happened, but it is disappointing. Tell them that was disappointing. But I don't think you're going to get better value for money than this, my friends, because we're giving you a bonus third match. Yes, we're going to play the Bournemouth match, because let's be honest, when I'm going to be editing this video together, we're going to be looking at that previous game against Derby County where there were just two highlights and both of them really short. And that particular match is probably going to take up about 30 seconds of time. So with that in mind, we are going to show the Bournemouth match where, and this is always a little bit of a predicament. Do I say it? I think I'm going to. We need just a draw. Just a draw to win the league. Now, it is just a draw against the team in second place. It is just a draw against the team who, if they beat us and results go well for them in other places, will result in them being promoted alongside us. So just a draw is actually quite that tall order, but we are at home and we are well, we are firing all cylinders, I would hope. I've not done a team meeting as well, because we did a team meeting last time and look how that ended up. That produced one of the worst performances that we've actually had all season. So there's two changes for this team. The first is Primoslav Placheta playing on the left and Jakob Sorensen playing as a central midfielder instead of Todd Cantwell and Ollie Skip, respectively. The reasons for their change with regards to Placheta, because Todd Cantwell played particularly poorly, and Placheta is always somebody that can turn games on their head with his pace. And Sorensen comes in for Skip due to his suspension, so that's an enforced change. So let's hope this is a bit more of an eventful game than the last one. And let's hope we win. And we started off flying out of the blocks. 2 shots already with an XG of 0.19 in the first 10 minutes of the game. But still no highlights. We're looking for that highlight. Come on, guys. Let's do this. Nothing happening so far. Albeit, we don't need anything to happen. We just need this draw. So we have the first highlight, and it's a Bournemouth highlight, a free kick. But you know what? We managed to head the ball away for David Brooks to come forwards. He is a dangerous player, and taken nicely from him to Placheta, who gets into full flight. And look at him go. He is a man with particular speed. And now crawl back onto the ball after Placheta loses out to the Bournemouth defence. So Baba Rahman, he has been a crucial signing for us this season. He's done really well, and maybe on my list of somebody that we might look to sign permanently. Emi Buendia now on the ball. He plays it to Pukki, who scores his 33rd goal of the season. And we're going to give it the finger wag. Why the heck not? It looks like we could be on our way to the title, my friends. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Half time. We are doing well there. They're not completely without their chances, but we are doing well enough so far. So I'm going to tell them that things are doing good, but they could do even better. So I think the way to approach games where you are about to win the title is not to big it up. So team meetings, don't do them. Because I've done team meetings now on 2 different saves, and on both occasions they have caused poor performances in the next match, even though the team talks themselves have seemingly gone very well. So Pukki now picks the ball up from a Bournemouth corner. He runs down the wing and has the ball taken from him by Riquelme. Riquelme is a player who's done very well for Bournemouth on loan, I think, from somewhere. It might be worth seeing where he's on loan from and seeing if we can get him for a Premier League campaign. Elena now dancing the ball through the defence, and Placheta scores for his 7th of the season. Actually pretty impressive considering he's had nothing more than a bit role to play. But 7 goals is a decent return. So I'm going to praise, because that's what I do. I think it's important to tell them they're doing well. And Zimmerman heads it in for 3-0. No one would have expected us to perform so dominantly. I'm losing my words. No one would have expected us to perform so dominantly against second place Bournemouth. We're now 3-0 up. We're in the 80th minute. We're 3-0 up. I think, my friends, we are about to confirm that we have won the league title for the 2020-2021 season, and there you have it. I am thrilled to say we are the EFL champions. We started this save knowing that we had a good chance of this coming, being the end outcome, because, let's be honest, Norwich have a really good squad for the Championship. I mean, there aren't too many teams that can challenge the quality of players that Norwich have in the squad, and this is always an outcome, but it's always good to see it confirmed and see it completed, done and dusted. So there you have it, folks. 3 matches to confirm our championship winning campaign, finishing with a 3-0 victory over second place Bournemouth. That is possibly the performance of the season, I have to say. We've done very well there. Like I said to you, this is a season where we have probably matched the expectation that would have been on us. You know, with a team as good as Norwich has, then we really should be up there challenging for that top spot in this division. And it's not really a surprise to see that we have done just that. A much greater challenge is going to be next season. It's going to be a Premier League campaign, and we're going to see if we can keep this Norwich team with the performances, with the momentum it has going into that campaign, and hopefully do something quite special in the Premier League as well. Thank you for joining me. There'll be one more episode to come from this particular season where we go through the season review. We're going to look at the players we signed, we're going to look at other teams in the division and look at who we're going to be facing next season, with perhaps a little bit of a chat about who it is we may be looking at in terms of bringing in to mount a Premier League challenge. So join us then. Please do like and subscribe to the video and all that YouTube stuff as well. I'm very grateful for all the support this series has had so far. See you then. Take care.